time for prasad. So I'm not going to invite any question now. If you have any question, write them down. Or one thing I would expect all of you to do, tomorrow in the afternoon session, in Prabhupada's position as the founder Acharya, I would expect all of you to write your understanding of Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya. Okay? Doesn't have to be very long, just about one page. In one page you present it, and then I'll have a lottery. I'll have all your names, and then I'll pick the names, and whosoever is called have to come and read what he wrote about Srila Prabhupada. Do you think it's a good idea? We must end the seminar with a game. All right. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande. Hare. Make that announcement that tomorrow this session will be your session. You all have to write your realization of this topic about Prabhupada's position, and during this session we are going to we'll pick the names, and whose name comes up, he or she will have to make the presentation. Therefore, everybody prepare yourselves. Because I don't want to shock you and perplex you, I am giving you one full day to prepare yourselves. Right? Doesn't have to be an elaborate thing. Just write in one page. Actually, I'll make the limit. Just one page. In one page, you have to write your understanding about Prabhupada's position in your own life. Prabhupada's role and Prabhupada's influence in your life, and the importance of Prabhupada in the context of ISKCON. No? So, and do we have a hat? Oh, we have that. I can drown myself in it. Everyone is ready for the next session. It's going to be a very special session. And so how many of you have written your paper? And how many of you have submitted your name in this thing? How many of you haven't submitted in here? So please write your name in a piece of paper and bring it and put it in here. Then I'll have a lucky draw. And remove these things, and put a chair there. Very good, Naveen. Thank you.
It's on behalf of someone.
Oh, okay. Anyone else? Everyone gave his name? Gave his or her name? This is glass. Have to be careful. It's very, very honest play. Nimesh Prabhu. So give him the mic, give me the cordless, and give me the real one. Give him the real one.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, from what I understood from that article and also all of Guru Maharaj's commented, Prabhupada insisted, first of all, that his full honorific name and title as the founder Acharya of ISKCON be mentioned on all official letterhead, books, etc. And this is because he wanted to keep the ISKCON institution together and united, because it can only be united if they follow Prabhupada's teachings. And previous acharyas like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, they wanted to do the same thing, i.e. create an institution to keep the teachings intact beyond their physical presence. But the Gaudiya Math, which was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's institution, it didn't survive as a united preaching mission because they tried to create a successor to Bhaktisiddhanta rather than collectively manage the institution. Srila Prabhupada has instituted ISKCON to provide the facility all over the world for people to practice Krishna consciousness in the association of devotees. And especially Sankirtan, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, it cannot be performed. One doesn't get the strength to perform Sankirtan unless you get the mercy of the pure devotees and also need the association of devotees. And obviously Guru Maharaj, he gave the example of the devotee in Burma who he read Prabhupada's book and he was trying to find other devotees, and he had the contact of the LA temple, and then they spread it out on the ISKCON forum, and just because of that they managed to find another devotee in Burma so he could carry on practicing his Krishna consciousness. Now, when Srila Prabhupada is physically present, his authority is followed directly because obviously you can ask you, his instructions are there. But when he's not physically present, his authority is followed through the GBC, so long as they are managing everything in line with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, like his books, letters, instructions. We may have our Guru, but he is only important insofar as he is following Srila Prabhupada's teachings and connecting one to Srila Prabhupada. My own personal example of this is when I requested if I could aspire for Guru Maharaj. I remember he sent an email saying, I can't remember exactly verbatim, but I think it was something like, if I can take you to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet, then my role as a Guru will be successful. So Srila Prabhupada's supreme position needs to always be established in ISKCON for now and all the future, because all the generations will then receive Srila Prabhupada's mercy, because even when the Guru is present, we can't all serve the body of the Guru because it's not practical, because there's thousands of devotees and but what we can do is we can always serve the instructions of the Guru. Even when Srila Prabhupada was present, a lot of his disciples didn't even get to serve his physical body, but they still got the mercy by serving his instructions. And by accepting Srila Prabhupada as a Shiksha Guru, all the teachers will then give proper guidance to the devotees in ISKCON, and then in this way ISKCON will be united and the integrity of all the devotees will be maintained. The teachings will remain consistent for even thousands of years in the future. Those teachings will remain the same. And the empowerment that Srila Prabhupada gives for us to preach will be even further enhanced. His books will remain the guide in the future so that the preaching will develop. And in this way, in the future, even thousands of years in the future, everybody will look at the teachings and the teachers primarily through the eyes of Srila Prabhupada, rather than any other teachers, because Srila Prabhupada was the one who fulfilled Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to spread it to every town and village. So that's what I was thinking.
Very good, very good. Very well done, Nimesh. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I'll need that piece. Now it's my property. Okay, the next one. Come. Late for the class, late for submission.
Sorry, Guru.
But not late for chastisement. Okay. Ramananda.
I think it's not a good letter too much.
No, don't worry. Yeah.
I wrote it in like in an offering to Srila Prabhupada, and they serve also as my offering to Srila.
Very good.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthani Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinami Namaste Shashati Devi Bhagavan Chari Nirvishesha Sundavani Pashvitari Shitali. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your divine grace. When I received the Science of Self-Realization in 1984, I realized now that I had a strong intuition that this was the real thing because it was presented with knowledge, the science of self-realization. But for the greater part, it was your divine grace who hit me in the heart at the right moment so that I was convinced right away. Your book planted the seed in my heart. You were the founder of my Krishna consciousness life. Later, as a devotee, when things went really wrong, you sent your best devotee, His Holiness Bhakti Charuswami, to help us out of so much trouble. I feel truly happy that your divine grace and your position as the founder Acharya of ISKCON is being powerfully instituted within our movement now. By your most wonderful and impressive example, you have obviously established ISKCON yourself, and every detail of worship and management is to be performed as you have established it. I remember the story of New Vrindavan when a visitor's lady heard your voice and she was asked to take your shoes away from your Vyasa-san when things were badly managed. Some years later, when the right standards were re-implemented, there you appeared in her dream and told her to send back your shoes. That shows that you're always very present and you are guiding everything in ISKCON from your divine position, as you did during your manifested lila in this material world. I feel also very happy to see that your best devotee, ISKCON devotees, establish your position in this very powerful and much needed way. For the last week, I have continually drank the nectar of presentations on the Srila Prabhupada, the ISKCON founder Acharya topic from the lips of Guru Maharaj, and my hairs have been standing on end. We have been able to clear out so much stuff in our conditioned hearts. It clears the path of our faith in your ISKCON. It also loads us with renewed enthusiasm that no matter what will happen to us, we are always to take shelter of you and your guidance, Srila Prabhupada. Things have been presented to us in such a wonderful way by Guru Maharaj that I feel that someday, or maybe even some life, I want to come up with some service that will fully please your divine grace. And in that respect, we were just talking with Amita and Subhas Prabhu on the table, and we were remembering the days of the big Sankirtan, and how then we felt how ISKCON is so powerful, the books is going all over the world, and we all believed in it. So that's what I mean. And then, that kind of service, I think everybody is looking for again, that kind of spirit. I pray to be able to take up that amazing spirit of your divine grace by following your example, taking up the spirit of surrender to your spiritual master, total dedication to serve in your ISKCON, to fulfill Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, and to always be concerned how to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Durga me pratimindasya skalat paragatir muhu swakripayasti danina santa sampavarambanam. I pray, Srila Prabhupada, that I will hear you and perceive your guidance through all the signs that you send me through the signals of your ISKCON servants and even other people. Please bestow me with the necessary tolerance and humility, like Guru Maharaj always gives us the most amazing example. Please let me thus become determined to serve in your ISKCON with full enthusiasm, and that they may always please your divine grace, Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Your servant.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Ramananda. Thank you very much. Very well written.
You should give my computer coverage.
Give a soft copy. Send us hard or soft copy. Radhika Devi Dasi. You're projecting there, right? Or you're projecting to
everyone, everything.
Yes, project to her.
Firstly, I would like to thank Guru Maharaj for guiding us to deepen our relationship and our loyalty to Srila Prabhupada. This provides us, all of us, with a stronger grounding in our spiritual life. My spiritual life only exists because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his devotees. Without Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we would not be here. As I meet many challenges in my life, I seek the guidance of Srila Prabhupada in my life. Sometimes through his books, sometimes through his devotees. One of my favorite places is to go to visit his room at Malaga and pray to him for his guidance. So for all the members of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada is their eternal Shiksha Guru, guiding them in the spiritual life through his books and his devotees. His great Retre360P writes in his book, I learned in depth things that I have previously known only superficially or formally. I began this work knowing Srila Prabhupada was a great disciple, but now I have gained a more true and profound knowledge of just his greatness, how great he is, an awareness, I confess, that continues to grow. So now I'm begging everybody, all the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, that I may also realize the greatness of Srila Prabhupada and become his loyal servant, his devotees. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Radhika. Rajesh Krishna Das. Exciting, yeah? Exciting when the names come out, and profound when we get to hear them. Hare Krishna, Rajesh Krishna. I think you have to adjust the mic. Draw it closer.
Please see me if I say something wrong. A little bit nervous. I'll try. Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya Viston, a father figure who will take us back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada was sent by Lord Chaitanya as a pure devotee to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world and deliver the fallen souls. What started off as a difficult task to accomplish, Srila Prabhupada, through his books and realizations, he set the standard in ISKCON for all the present and future congregation and generations. He is our general who will take us forward, and we are his army of devotees who will help spread the glories of the holy name in every town and village all over the world. Srila Prabhupada has changed the meaning of coming to temple for me. Now every time I go to a temple, I feel like I have to do some sort of service. No matter what menial service it will be, I will try and do everything I can. And the temple has opened the doors to a new big family. I have so many God brothers and sisters that I never imagined before, who always welcome me with open arms, no matter what the situation. I don't miss the loss of my father now. I have realized my true father is Srila Prabhupada. Now as a son, it's my duty to make him proud that this lost child is under his shelter. I can take forward his instruction to the best of my ability. Hare Krishna.
Harsharani. You don't need this stick anymore. It's all right, don't worry.
Prabhupada holds a unique position in his plan. His acharya, his personal behavior, is modeled and known for all ISKCON devotees. He has formed ISKCON as an umbrella for devotees to protect themselves from the onslaught of Maya in the age of Kali. Members follow the 4 rules and regulations and chant the Hare Krishna specific minimum rounds. Temples are all over the world, so devotees from everywhere can go and get educated about the yoga. Temples have the same artis by the previous acharyas of Malaga, and sing the same prayers in Sanskrit and Malaga. We are protected in ISKCON when the outside world has so many temptations and miseries. He has translated all the books so that we engage in reading the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad instead of reading unnecessary magazines and watching movies and so on. As Acharya, he's shown us how to live devotional life in devotional process. And also He's shown us how to die and live eternally in the service of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:1 says, Nashtabhaya Sopades, Nityam Bhagavata Sevi, Bhagavati Uttam Sloki Bhakti Bhagavati. Bhakti is established in your heart as an irrevocable fact, reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna. Maybe we move this one a little more on this side so that there is more space there. Okay, that's good. Next, Chandramukhi Devidasi.
Dear Sri Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisance. I draw up in ISKCON caring from my Guru Maharaj about your Devotees. What I understood from him has become my realization of your position.
Little louder.
Dear Sri Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisance. I grow up in ISKCON hearing from my Guru Maharaj about your glories and what I understood from him that has become my realization about your position in ISKCON. You have established the standard of worship in ISKCON temples, following 4 regulative principles, chanting 60 rounds, and ultimate management authority of ISKCONs as GBC, etc., which will remain as ISKCON's foundation for future generations to come. This gives clear understanding of your position that you are the founder Acharya of ISKCON. I have no ability to understand your teachings by my own endeavor. Therefore, I pray at your lotus feet that I always remain humble, servant of the servants, and ready to follow their instructions to understand your mission, your granddaughter, Dr. Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Chandramukhi. Krishna Arjun Das. Hare Krishna. Lift it up, just lift, push it here, it'll go up.
Namo Vishnudaya Krishna Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashadishada. Please forgive me that. So, mine is more of a bullet point style. Obviously I don't have the right kind of bar that the rest of the devotees here have to write it as an offering, but I'll share some of the realizations or understandings I have of Srila Prabhupada and his position as founder Acharya. I was reading the pamphlet which Guru Maharaj has kindly provided to all of the devotees here. And actually there's an excerpt from a book called Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This was actually written by a devotee, a disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And this was actually the first definition or first recollection of the term Founderacharya. The term Founderacharya was given to refer to the great acharyas who appeared in the four Vaishnava Sampradayas. So in the Sri Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya appeared. In the Komara Sampradaya, Nimbarka Swami appeared. In the Brahma Sampradaya, our own Madhvacharya appeared. And in the Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami appeared. So given that we've come in the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, what other room is there for another Founderacharya? Well, the situation actually with us in the Gaudiya Sampradaya is in fact, while we are coming in the Brahma Sampradaya, it's somehow a new Sampradaya. In fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and he took teachings for each one of these four Sampradayas and synthesized them into the philosophy that we have today. And in fact, this philosophy is unique because rather than giving access to Vaikuntha, it's given something which is only available once every 8.64 billion years, as Guru Maharaj very lucidly explained, and that is Braj Bhakti. So we are coming in the Brahma Sampradaya, but in fact we have a new Sampradaya. And within this Sampradaya, we have our own Founderacharya. That Founderacharya assumes a very special position, and that Founderacharya is Srila Prabhupada. So how can I make this claim that Srila Prabhupada is as exalted, or if not more exalted than the other great predecessor acharyas like Madhva, like Ramanuja? Well, Guru Maharaj always emphasizes how while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give these teachings, after some time the teachings became lost. And it wasn't until a great personality called Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually resurrected these teachings, and again the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that these teachings would be spread to every town and village. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur resurrected the idea. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave the idea focus and shape by creating the Gaudiya Math. But still we saw what happened to the Gaudiya Math, and in fact it failed. So Srila Prabhupada was the one who took the ambitions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, took the predictions of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, took the form given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and gave it shape as ISKCON, the ISKCON which all of you and I are sitting in today. So in that sense it's become axiomatic that Prabhupada has a very special position because he's done something which no one else, including the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has done, which is bring the chanting of the Holy Name to every town and village. So anyway, just to sum up very quickly, what does this mean then in terms of the Founderacharya? Prabhupada's position, obviously, given that he's established this institution, Prabhupada's shiksha should be beyond all doubt. His shiksha has to take very strong prominence. But on top of that, the institution itself is also very important. We can say, okay, we follow Prabhupada's shiksha, but why then is there need to follow within ISKCON? We must also abide within ISKCON because in fact this is where Prabhupada's mercy becomes available. This ISKCON isn't just bricks and mortar, it is in fact a training ground which we will enter into eternally in the spiritual world. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Very well said, Krishna Arjun. Thank you. Did you cover all your bullet points?
No,
or did you rush?
I rushed it.
Then finish it. There's no need to rush.
Hare Krishna. One time. So, I'm sorry. So Srila Prabhupada's guidance, his shiksha, both through his books, should take pride of place over all others. Obviously, there are thousands of books which are being written by very great personalities, but all of this should be viewed in light of what Prabhupada has written in his own books and the shiksha that he has given. In fact, that is the gold standard. All of these realizations which are coming are only on the back of Srila Prabhupada's shiksha. We shouldn't feel that somebody has something else to add or to contribute. I mean, we are guaranteed, if we follow Srila Prabhupada, to achieve Golok Vrindavan. But In any other case, there is still some slight doubt. If we follow Srila Prabhupada 100%, then our success is 100% guaranteed. If there's some other shiksha, maybe it will give us our eternal destination, maybe it won't, so why take the risk? In all times, the gold standard is Srila Prabhupada's shiksha. On top of this, again, I'll go back to the institution. I've given so much importance to Srila Prabhupada, then why don't we all just become Ritviks? No, because the institution and the organization of the institution was also given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada endorsed the institution of ISKCON. He said, ISKCON is my body. He said, ISKCON goes on eternally in the spiritual sky. So if we are real followers of Srila Prabhupada, we will follow Srila Prabhupada in the method that he himself proclaimed. So Srila Prabhupada said that we should remain within ISKCON. Of course, we should give all respects to our initiating spiritual masters. They are just like the professors who introduce us into this great institution which is ISKCON. Just like a professor can bring somebody into Oxford. Obviously, the guidance will come from that professor, but it's also about the teachings which that institution itself gives. So in the same way, our spiritual masters are like professors bringing us into Srila Prabhupada's institution. Even if our professors, due to some unfortunate circumstances, were to leave, for example, a professor from Oxford, as long as one remains in Oxford, he will get the benefit of being in Oxford. In the same way, if we remain within ISKCON, our protection is still assured, because this is Srila Prabhupada's institution. So again, all glories to our initiating spiritual masters, but all glories to Srila Prabhupada. And then a point which Nimesh will very lucidly refer to is this idea of the personal reference will always be Srila Prabhupada. In 1,000 generations' time, we won't be saying pranams to every single guru in our chain. Can you imagine bowing down in front of the deity saying pranam to every single guru back to Srila Prabhupada? It will always be Srila Prabhupada, will be, for the next 10,000 years, everybody's frame of reference. So, again, not to bore you all too much. These are the 2 points I'd like to make. That Srila Prabhupada's shiksha is prominent above all, but also that we should have respect for this institution and for the initiating spiritual masters. And just a quick reference to what Srila Prabhupada means to me. Srila Prabhupada is my hero. I think if you ever look back at any of the great personalities of the world, Srila Prabhupada ranks just in an external sense above all of them. At the age of 70, he started an institution which was worldwide. He traveled the world 13 times, within the space of 10 years. He wrote 70 volumes of books. In fact, my father once remembers one day in 1976 in Vrindavan, they had a full day of programs. All the devotees were exhausted. They got back maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and all the devotees went to sleep. My father, being of a Western body, the water in Vrindavan doesn't always agree with his system, so he was up at night, let's say, with a slightly disturbed stomach. And as he was doing parikram of Vrindavan temple, everyone was asleep. There was only one light on, and that was in Srila Prabhupada's bedroom. And Srila Prabhupada was up and translating. Srila Prabhupada had just an arduous day, but out of his compassion for the devotees, he was up and still translating for the benefit of the devotees. So somebody who's willing to give a greater sacrifice than even our own parents, for me, that person is worthy of worship above all others. And finally, Srila Prabhupada is my hero because he's given me his divine grace, Bhakti Charaswami, who is giving guidance to us all here today. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna Arjun. Hare Krishna. Next, Jadurani.
I don't need a mic.
Come.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Very difficult to write for one page. I wanted to keep it very short, and there's so much that I could write about.
You could take a bigger page.
I know. I saw that and I thought that's not fair. I've written on sort of what role Srila Prabhupada has played in my life. I first came in touch with Srila Prabhupada through the devotees from Bhaktivedanta Manor. I'm so grateful to him as he has given me the opportunity to belong to his family. Srila Prabhupada has given me the glorious Bhaktivedanta Manor, exquisite Shri Radha Gopananda, with whom I fell in love with when I first set eyes on them at the age of 7. At that time, I really did not understand much about Srila Prabhupada. However, later, through reading his books, learned so much about him. Srila Prabhupada has allowed me to serve him at the manor. In my service of hospitality, I have the wonderful opportunity to share Srila Prabhupada's rooms, his presence, his books with the guests. Telling them of Srila Prabhupada's wonderful feats makes me feel very close to him. Srila Prabhupada is my grandfather, my well-wisher, and my saviour. He has given me ISKCON, the greatest family I have ever known, full of love and mercy that will help me to continue to serve him and his devotees. I am forever indebted to him. Srila Prabhupada, as founder Acharya for ISKCON, reveals his complete, unending compassion and mercy for us all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hema Mataji.
Somebody else is supposed to be on. We can pull out other names.
Okay. Is she around or on her way? Okay, otherwise we can get somebody and on her way. I think
Is Hema Mataji who look here? Is that the one for the Maharaj? Because there's a lady who's very shy and she's giving me hers to read.
you want to read it?
That's all right.
Go ahead.
I'm saying to her that I'll sit with her. She should read it, but she's insisting.
You read it.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamni Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatani. So this is the offering of Hema Julukia Mataji. She's a very nice devotee, although very neophyte, but in my opinion, she's got the essence of Srila Prabhupada's founder Acharya. So I shall read her offering. Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada for me is a lifeline to Krishna, epitome of devotion, icon of pure devotee, has given me the true meaning of Godhead and back to Godhead, sense of belonging in the international devotee community, introduced a new dimension to food, cooking, sharing prasadam and potency of prasadam. He is the cherry on the pie of devotion, ISKCON, introduced the Mahamantra and its potency to the ever-increasing ISKCON family. He is life and demonstrates Jivere Swarupe Krishna Das. Srila Prabhupada given me a true meaning of serving Guru, the spiritual master. He has re-established the Vedic culture. He has truly established an oyster for devotees across the world. ISKCON are the oases in the desert, quenching the thirst in material world. He has made spiritual world a reality and easily accessible. Through the nectar of his books, he has raised our conviction, our steadfastness in bhakti. His books are oars of our ship, making our spiritual journey full of joy, safe and achievable. Hey Madhulukya.
Very good. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Bhaktin Marian. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is founder Acharya, my understanding. Srila Prabhupada came into Krishna consciousness via Gaudiya Mat, which was giving religious instruction, but wasn't promoting Krishna consciousness to every town and village in the world, as instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, didn't appoint the next guru and told his disciples to choose a leader amongst themselves. They ended up arguing and fighting about it, which caused division. Srila Prabhupada, as instructed by his spiritual master, brought Krishna consciousness to the West, making Vedic Shastras accessible to Westerners by translating them into English and adding purports to explain them. He also wrote many books himself. After arriving in America, aged 70 and almost penniless, Srila Prabhupada vastly increased the number of Vaishnavas and even turned hippies into Brahmins. He was founder Acharya of ISKCON, which ensured that preaching, Harinam, book distribution, etc. would continue as he had taught, and to give protection against division, strife and consequences of fall down by setting up the GBC. Srila Prabhupada made sure that we would be united rather than divided. Therefore, Krishna consciousness continues to flourish and grow, so that one day it will reach every town and village.
Thank you. Indumati Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna. It all started like a story. I was learning Hindi. One day some lady of the country told me to visit a address that gives Bhagavad Gita classes. Everything I heard from that book sound very familiar. The classes was given by Guru Maharaj's disciple Raghunath Das. From that day on, my life changed. I started to read Bhagavad Gita and taking classes. It felt that we two belonged together. We had a lifetime connection. Then one day I visited Radha in Belgium. There I saw a statue of Srila Prabhupada. It felt like I was standing in front of my grandfather. It felt so warm. Later I heard that he was a great man. And it is still, he is a great man. Srila Prabhupada speaks through his books, taken association by his disciples, gurus, and their disciples. Then one day we met Retre360P. Guru Maharaj, he told us about Srila Prabhupada. There are so many stories who has been told or retold about Prabhupada. Prabhupada will stay forever in my heart and life. Guru Maharaj, thank you for telling us to read Prabhupada's books and his rules. If there is a question, mail me or ask me. Therefore, we are here in this seminar, Guru Maharaj said. Guru Maharaj always says, stay here, ISKCON, don't leave ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Shukla,
I am very new in this kind of retreat, and it's my first time. So thank you all, and thanks my friends who brought me here. Jai Srila Prabhupada Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Jai. Sorry, I'm emotional. Jai Srila Prabhupada Jai. It's a great pleasure to be here with Sri Guru Maharaj and all brothers and sisters. Within this short period, I have learned to submit totally myself to Prabhupada's charan. We are all human beings, so it is obvious that the path of life will not be running smoothly all the time. One has to face the difficulties or danger to understand Krishna's name. Guru Maharaj has emphasized many times in this retreat the importance of surrender to the Supreme Lord. I am sure with regular prayers and devotion, one can step towards Krishna consciousness. I must mention here, during my childhood, I used to chant with this Mahamantra with my grandmother. Actually, I was not brought up by my parents, I was brought up by my grandmother. Maybe that's why I'm emotional, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the importance of Mahamantra in those days as a child. I just always, when she came from Vrindavan after staying there 6 months, and she said, come here. And I did. So by attending this retreat, I definitely felt the energy of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Shochi Mata. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Please forgive me.
It's okay.
Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Dear Shri Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances to the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. I must confess that I am unable to present any technical facts and figures in order to establish your position as a founder Acharya of ISKCON. But what I would like to say is that you have mercifully saved me and millions of others, fallen souls, from our frustrating struggle for flickering material life. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Roy what he considered the greatest suffering, Ramananda Roy replied that separation from a pure devotee constitutes the most painful existence. So, Srila Prabhupada, you came to give people your personal association, so they would be relieved of the suffering of material life. Now, time to time, I also experience this pain of separation from you. Please come again and deliver us from this painful existence. You have mercifully expanded yourself into your books. Everyone can have your association simply by reading your books. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired further from Ramananda Roy, what is the most of all? What is the most profitable thing in the world? The essence of all auspicious events. Ramananda Roy replied, there is nothing as profitable as the association of pure devotee. Therefore, I simply try to follow your instructions and relish the nectar of your kind association, by which I can someday develop the love of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada, your mercy, your compassion, your instructions are my only wealth, which is guiding me perfectly towards Krishna consciousness. Therefore, in my opinion, you are not only the founder Acharya of ISKCON, you are also the founder Acharya of the whole universe. Yours, forever indebted, Sachinata Dasi.
Next is Brajabodhu Devidasi.
When question of who is Srila Prabhupada in my life, the most prominent thing that comes to my mind is that Srila Prabhupada is my grandfather. As head of the family, a grandfather's values, principles, culture, and love penetrate through a family like the heartbeat of a body. I've been fortunate enough to visit many ISKCON temples around the world and found each of them to be home, under the shelter of Prabhupada's ISKCON that he so lovingly built for the world. As founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada had the foresight of all the things to come in the future of the society, and like a loving grandfather, he made sure that the foundation was properly established to ensure the ongoing protection of the family. As I rush around London with my seemingly busy life, I think of how time waits for no one. Krishna is time, and of course Srila Prabhupada knew this. Wasting not a single moment, treating time like a precious jewel, always aware of the urgency to fulfill the order of his spiritual master, never losing sight of the goal. And despite all that he did for the society on a daily basis, he still found time for personal interactions with the devotees who continue his legacy. All around the world, devotees are speaking of Srila Prabhupada's glories, reminiscing about the good old days. But Srila Prabhupada's legacy continues to grow through all the dynamic ways in which he introduced preaching. I've never known of a personality in recorded history that even after their physical departure from this world had such profound influence on the lives of thousands of people on a daily basis and continues to do so. For me, Srila Prabhupada saved me from a life of mundane activities and gave me a family, a philosophy, and a way of life that is eternal and joyful. It's difficult to comprehend quite how much this actually means, and I pray to be ever more grateful for all that Srila Prabhupada has given to me, especially my spiritual master, who has unflinching faith in Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
How come there are two Harsharani names? What happened? Did you put two? Okay. Anyway. Very popular. Next, Kirti Kumari. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my pronouns. Also to Guru Maharaj. Obviously to Guru Maharaj first, and then to all of you.
Okay.
As the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada created the very foundation, not only legally, but also philosophically, by his teachings, and obviously mainly his books. Srila Prabhupada also envisioned ISKCON as an international society with the goal to effectively preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. He also made clear how he wanted to realize this vision, giving the structure to the institution. As Srila Prabhupada as the head of ISKCON and GBC as the ultimate governing body. As Guru Maharaj mentioned in his foreword, the founder Acharya is not just a title, it's a transcendental system. It is also not a system which can be adjusted according to time, place, and circumstances. No, it is an eternal system, established by Srila Prabhupada. A system which has its roots in the writings and ideas of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the practical shape which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave to those writings in his Gaudiya mission. This system, which was envisioned by these great acharyas, has actually been firmly established by Srila Prabhupada. This system of Srila Prabhupada, as the founder Acharya of ISKCON, as Guru Maharaj states, is intended to give protection, preserve, give longevity to the institution. With this system, it is eternally established that Srila Prabhupada is the eternal founder Acharya of ISKCON, and the only head of ISKCON for all time to come. Also, it is established established that Srila Prabhupada's teachings are the eternal philosophical foundation of this institution, making Srila Prabhupada our Shiksha Guru for time immemorial. Also, Guru Maharaj asked to speak a little about Srila Prabhupada's role in my life. So when I heard this sentence, Srila Prabhupada's role in my life, I was actually thinking, what role is my life in Srila Prabhupada's existence? Because Guru Maharaj is always teaching us, and he has taught us that nothing is of any value if it's not connected to Srila Prabhupada's service. So with this thought in mind, I just simply try to follow all of you and Srila Guru Maharaj.
Thank you. Very well done. Very well done. Thank you. Subhash.
Haribo. Haribo.
Prabhupada is in my life. I don't see anything in our life which is more important and valuable than what Prabhupada's teaching is offering. His books and his temples are just like two lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Prabhupada created this ashram such an amazing way. No matter where we are in this globe, there is access to these two lotus feet of Lord Krishna. But I, Subhaschandra, need those two lotus feet of Bhakti Charu Maharaj in order to get the lotus feet of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Haribol. Pushkaraksha Das. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That's better. Now we're waking up. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Vinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhagavan Charini Nirvishesha Shunivadi Pasata Desha. To sum it up, like everybody's talking about Srila Prabhupada's role, we are in Spain, so I would say a Spanish word. Número uno? Número uno. So he's number one. I was reading, last night I got up and read this beautiful book, Srila Prabhupada's Founder Acharya ISKCON. And went through it. And one of the things which I found so interesting was the others were amazing facts, figures, and details which would be eternally kept, because over thousands of years, people would continuously keep asking, who was he, how was he, why was he here, what did he do, how was he authorized to do, and what was his authority? there were all sorts of questions would be kept asked, being kept asked. And this is the book, everything is there, Prabhupada. Prabhupada's all the information is there. Arjun Prabhu very nicely summarized quite specific points in it. There's just one note from the judiciary committee which I thought says it all. Srila Prabhupada's role, as you will read, is ongoing. His presence is to be felt in the life of every ISKCON devotee today and in the lives of devotees many centuries in the future. So you can imagine this is not detailed information about how, when, what Srila Prabhupada came as and became. It is just amazing. It is not for now, it's for the whole future. This is quite heavy, as Guru Maharaj said, it has to be studied and implemented. So I've taken it forward, I'm going to study it more and implement it as we go on. But I just want to give my realization of how Srila Prabhupada influenced my life. Quite a way back now, 10, 15 years now, I started chanting. And the way I chanted is just unbelievable. I had an urge to get up quite early in the morning, like Srila Prabhupada used to get up very early. I got up 3 o'clock, got fresh, sat down with my mother, and I didn't know how to do the chanting. So I was wondering, how do I start? What do I do? And I said, oh, okay, hang on a minute. The previous Janmashtami, in the manor, we have a japa tent where people go through 108 steps and they chant each mantra. And I had been on that steps, and I bought a sack of Mara and the CD in there. So I kept the CD next to me and started playing it. And I started chanting with Prabhupada. Can you imagine the beauty of that? It's just amazing. So Prabhupada, thank you very much for the soul. And I'm sure a lot of you have been influenced by Srila Prabhupada, and they would always be influenced by Srila Prabhupada. One way or the other, we're going to follow Srila Prabhupada's path. Thank you.
Two came up. Okay, I'll keep this. Chandra Chaitanya, huh? Charan. Oh, what's your name?
Chandra Chaitanya Das.
What did you write? Anyway, come.
Yeah. I think somebody else wrote this.
Somebody else wrote. Okay. Yeah. Okay, come.
What's written here is Chandra Chaitanya Das.
Chrandra. So that's why I was wondering. I was having difficulty reading the name actually. Sit down. No, that's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Please sit down.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhagavan Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Narayan Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Charya Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Shyadishana. I think there's a lot that we can say about Prabhupada. It can take a long time, but I will try and give a little information as to how Prabhupada has influenced the life of myself, my family. I was born in Africa, and by chance I happened to hear about the passing away of Srila Prabhupada back in 1977 on BBC radio. My father was a life member of ISKCON at that time, but I didn't pay much attention. I think now, with hindsight, I can see the Lord's arrangement. We came to London and met devotees at a local temple in South London, some of whom are present here, like Satyanarayana Prabhu, Madhuri Dasi, Chandravali Dasi, and others. This led to regular association of devotees, and again, by the Lord's arrangement, service at the manor. The more we hear about Prabhupada, the more realizations we get, and it is just profound. If I look back at the way I was living my life, and the fact that now I am doing some seva and whatever else I can do, I think it's just unimaginable if looking back. So I'm extremely grateful, not only now, but eternally, and so is my family, that Prabhupada took so much trouble to establish a worthy, viable, and eternal institution like ISKCON, and guided his disciples like His Holiness Prabhupada Malaga and so many others, disciples, grand disciples, great grand disciples, and many more to come. We remain eternally grateful, and that we hope that we can offer some service to Srila Prabhupada, not only in this life, but eternally. Thank you.
Thank you. Last time when I drew, two names came out together. So I took the first one and I kept the second one. So this is Saraswati Davidasi.
Actually, I stuck to the one page, so I thought...
Well, maybe now it's too late. When I said one page, I actually meant a full-scape A4 typed out page.
So then I think I can take a little extra time.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, when I joined ISKCON, it was still under the zonal acharya system. And after not very long, the guru, which was prevalent in North Europe, he fell down. So obviously it was it was like a bomb went off, and it had a great impact. And I remember that day I went to the temple room where I was at that time, and I thought for a moment now the dream is over. You know, I felt the time I became devoted, it was such a wonderful, like a dream, like life became beautiful. And then, so you can just imagine how it felt. I was walking there chanting, and then all of a sudden I came to Srila Prabhupada's Murti, and I felt his presence, and I looked at him, and then I realized that it's not all over. Everything is still there. Srila Prabhupada is there, and he has already gone back to Godhead. There cannot be any failure. So I felt that Srila Prabhupada was like a very solid presence and very reassuring. And I felt very reassured about my spiritual life. So, now then, the importance, position of Srila Prabhupada in my life. Srila Prabhupada gave me the most wonderful gift of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada is always with us in the form of his books. He established ISKCON to establish a new Krishna conscious society which is yet to be manifested. He gave us prasadam, he gave us Tulsi Devi, he gave us our real life there. He also gave us a wonderful spiritual master. We owe everything to Srila Prabhupada. He is so present in our lives, it is only natural that he is our eternal Shiksha.
Thank you, Saraswati. Hare Krishna. Nainesh Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dearest Guru Maharaj, my first visit to the Rockford Temple was at the age of 9, and I immediately fell in love with their lordships, Sri Sri Radha. My sister and I then attended the very first ever summer camps for girls, and to this day I can remember getting up at 3:30 a.m., having cold showers and attending Mangalarti. It felt like we were in heaven, we were no worries, and thoroughly enjoyed being engaged in devotional service, cleaning toilets and feeding the cows. I remember going back home and feeling great sadness. Would I ever return to such a beautiful temple again? And if so, when? This experience left a longing desire to return, and we made a commitment, my sister and I, to never eat to meet again. We went 2 or 3 more summer camps with much enthusiasm and joy. Life continued, sometimes with visits to the manor on festival days and keep the journey, and sometimes not. As we got older, studies became a priority, and so forth. Up until 14 years ago, there was gradual Krishna consciousness in my life, and the dawning came when my ex-mother-in-law instructed me that I was never to mention Krishna's name again. What? Never? How could I carry on life without Krishna and the mention of his name? I left that household, and I'm here today for my very first spiritual retreat with dearest Guru Maharaj. How fortunate I am. In essence, I'm so extremely grateful to the temple in Watford for showing me the beautiful deities and giving me such an unforgettable experience. As this Watford temple is one of the 108 temples established by Srila Prabhupada, and I owe my heartful thanks and humble obeisances to His grace and ISKCON for showing me the way home, planting the seed of love, and never letting go of my hand. Hare Krishna.
Next, Anandavardhana Das.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you very well. And please forgive me for my offenses because my letter is very informal. For me, Srila Prabhupada's role as a Pandacharya in my life, I thought I'd write something about my personal realizations that I've gone through in my life and what I feel from my perception. Like Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he asked us to surrender. Everybody asked us, he gave us the way in one of the last chapters. He's asking Sarva Dharmam Parityaja. So he's asking us to surrender. But how to surrender? And 4,500 years later, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he gave us a formula for surrendering by chanting of the holy name. But still it was not enough and clear. When Srila Prabhupada came, he gave us the exact way of implementing that form of surrender in our day-to-day life, in today's modern life of rat's race. I mean, today's modern life, who can imagine, like people who are working outside and all types of activities can become first-class brahmanas just by following Srila Prabhupada's simple teachings. I mean, simplify the things to such a degree that each and every one of us, be in the position what they are, they can become a perfect devotee, pure Krishna conscious devotee. So, I just summarized a few points how Srila Prabhupada, in my life, he influenced my life and my life took a 180 degrees turn. So it was like before coming to ISKCON, going to temple, like most of the Hindu family know, it was just a ritual. Like I remember my mother, she used to take me to temple of any temple. We would not go to ISKCON at that time. To Lord Shiva's temple, Ganesha's temple. And she would tell me, just ring the bell 3 times, bow down before the deities, and let's go out. That was the visit to the temple. And I used to ask my mother for what? She didn't have any answers. She said, I do it, your father did it, your grandfather did it, so you have to do it. Same way she used to tell me, give some charity and put it in the temple, and again ask the same question, why? And there was no answer. The only answer was, because ancestors did it, you have to do it. Then when Srila Prabhupada's teachings, I came to understand why there is a reason for every single thing. Like when we are offering, how do we offer? And Krishna is saying, Patram Pushpan Phalam Toyam, but it's not literally picking up a leaf and putting it in the offering plate. But Srila Prabhupada showed us how to cook, how to offer to the deities, how to put tulsi leaves, how to offer with love and devotion. So he gave us the practical application of that very complex spiritual life, complex spiritual life. Then the second point is like reading scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita. I mean, imagine such a advanced scripture, Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Sri Krishna himself. It was a song of Lord Krishna to his devotee and friend Arjuna. You know, a person of Arjuna's caliber, he had to understand Bhagavad Gita. How could we understand it to ordinary people like us? If it was not for Srila Prabhupada's purports and translation, how could it be possible to people like us? And it was literally impossible. Today, many of us recite slokas while preaching. They are reciting slokas of Sanskrit. You know, how it could be possible for us to read this and to understand it if it was not for Srila Prabhupada's explanations? So this is a very, very great contribution. And one of the comments which Guru Maharaj wrote in this book of Srila Prabhupada, he said that this book is not meant for casual reading, but is for implementation. So I thought that Srila Prabhupada also made it very clear that this religious practice or this dharma is not just casual, just go for 1 hour, half an hour, but it is for implementation 24 hours a day. Like many of my friends ask me when I go to the temple, say, what do you do in the temple? 8 hours, 10 hours. Don't you get tired? You're making God also tired. Sitting so many hours in the temple. You know, God must be bored of you. You should. Then we say, no, we don't have time. We have more and more things. After doing the aarti, we are doing kirtan. After doing kirtan, we are doing cooking. And after cooking, we are cleaning. And after cleaning, we are doing so and so. So he gave us the way to be 24 hours engaged in this spiritual practice. And then he gave us a big family all over the world in temples. Like my son, a few years before, he had gone to a place called Slovakia. It's a very small country. And I was so worried where he'll go, what he'll eat, which place how he'll meet the devotees. He'll lose contact. Then after a few weeks, he's calling me, he's saying, Hare Krishna Dad, there is devotees, and not only devotees, I call them up, and they're coming all the way from the temple to pick me up, some 60 kilometers away, and they're giving me prasadam, and they're giving me a place to stay on the weekend. So such a wonderful arrangement. Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have a family all over the world. Everywhere we go, we find devotees somehow or the other, they appear from somewhere. So this is a wonderful arrangement. And like regarding this point which I mentioned earlier, just one incident came to my mind. Like if we genuinely love someone, then would it be feasible if we say, I can love you only 1 hour a day? Like our son or wife would ask us, how much you love me? I love you only half an hour a day. How would that sound? So how it is sound to Krishna, who is supreme proprietor of everything, we can love Krishna only half an hour a day. So Prabhupada, through this 9 process of devotional service, he gave us a way of loving Krishna every 24 hours a day. And maybe not in the form of the deity, but also serving devotees. Because we are seeing Krishna present in every devotee's heart. Not only every devotee's heart, in everyone's heart. So this is another beautiful arrangement. And the last, I'll just end up, I'm taking too much time. Like Guru Maharaj in one of his classes, he said that the best way to know how important the school, how good the school of knowledge is to see, like the tree can be known by the fruits, so you can judge this institution by the disciples of the fruits. So just by seeing, because I didn't see Srila Prabhupada unfortunately, but just by seeing Guru Maharaj, I can understand the greatness and the potency of Srila Prabhupada. If Guru Maharaj is what he is, so Srila Prabhupada has to be somebody great to have disciples like Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And Prabhupada is sun, when Guru Maharaj is the moon, he's just reflecting the sunlight, which is the light coming from Prabhupada. So thank you very much. Thank you for tolerating me.
Radharani Devidasi.
Krishna. I'm very happy to be here. I actually wasn't going to come because I was sent by ambulance to hospital twice with my back in a spasm, but worried about how quickly everything would manage. I finally did make it, and I'm really happy because I've had no problems since my back. So this is also the mercy of the devotees' blessings. I learned to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada at the age of 12 from South Africa, where we had a party system. And one day there was a knock on the door, and behold, a white thing in front of our door. And in South Africa, we had Group Annex Act, where all the Indians were in one place and all the races were segregated. And not only was he a white man, he was dressed as a sannyasi. So we had a big shock, and he came to our house because Srila Prabhupada had sent him to start the International Society of Krishna Consciousness in South Africa, and he was looking through the directory, and he saw the Hare Krishna cultural organization, and that's how he came to our house. Because ever since I can remember, every Friday was bhajan night at my grandfather's house. And after my grandfather died, my father continued. And then from there, the neighbors would call us to their homes every Friday. And then from there, we started doing it in every town, going and singing bhajan and kirtan. And eventually, an organization was created. And this is how I was introduced to Srila Prabhupada. And it was just a new experience for us, seeing all these white devotees getting up early in the morning with them. They stayed for 6 months in our house, and so we had the full morning programs with them. So I quietly, without my mother knowing, was following the process. I used to get up in the morning with them, attend Mangalati, and then also we had cold showers and everything. And I packed my bags to go with the devotees. And my mother started crying. She said, "You're only 12 years old, you don't know your mind, finish your education, and then I'll let you go." And then 4 months later, Pushya Krishna Maharaj left the movement. And for me, that was a big blow because he promised my mother that he'll be my father, he'll look after me, and he'll take care of me. So I went through a big cycle of this love-hate relationship because and a lot of confusion. But I learned to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada when my mother was dying. I saw her have 3 electric shocks to revive her, but when I didn't know what to do for her, so I started praying. What can I do to help her? And then I heard Guru Maharaj's voice telling me, at the time I got initiated, that I can't take you to Krishna, but I can take you to Srila Prabhupada and he will take you to Krishna. So I felt like that was a message. So immediately I started praying. The next morning I went and in my mind told my mother I'm taking her to Mangala because of her health problem. She could never attend and she really wanted to in her house. So we did the whole Mangala right up to Guru Puja, and then in the mind I gave her a red rose to offer Srila Prabhupada. And at that very moment a devotee came from the Sri Radhanath temple with a rose from the lotus feet of the Lord, Sri Radhanath. And when I put that on my mother, within 15 minutes she left about the very, very peacefully. And for me this was like a cementing that, yes, you know, Srila Prabhupada is here and he is helping. And then one day, when Mataji came to Ujjain temple, and she was sitting down and sharing pastimes with all the Matajis in the temple. And she told us a story about a devotee of Srila Prabhupada who had left the movement. But when he was dying, and I promise you this is a true story, there was a knock on the door at his house, and his mother opened the door and she saw this person walking, and he asked for her son. And he went into the room, and when he left, she just heard his son saying, "Oh, Srila Prabhupada, it's you." And he left his body. So she was going around all the temples, trying to find the temple of ISKCON. She found the temple of the ISKCON and she saw Srila Prabhupada's murti in the temple. And then she asked, "I want to meet this person." So the devotee said, "No, you know, he's no longer with us, but we're worshipping him and so on." She said, No, he came to my house. I saw he came to my house and my son recognized him, and that's when my son died peacefully. So for me this was like really like something that's a miracle happening. So ever since then, whenever I had a problem, I would talk to Srila Prabhupada. And then once when I was serving, we had there was a problem, and there was a particular devotee who was causing a lot of trouble, disturbances with the other devotees in the temple, and it was just going on and on and on and on. And every time I would hear about the pain of the other devotees, it was hurting me and I didn't know what to do. So I wrote a letter to the deities asking them to please intervene and resolve this problem in a nice, peaceful manner. But I presented it to Srila Prabhupada, and I told Srila Prabhupada that if you think that my letter is from the false ego platform, then just ignore it. But please do something to resolve this problem. And eventually the problem got resolved in a very nice way. Now even that devotee is very nicely situated wherever she is, and doing very nice service, and there's peace again in the temple. I'm just trying to find my notes. So even like 2 days ago, I was extremely exhausted and I was starting to chant around. And wherever I was sitting, I would get disturbed somehow or the other. So I came to the temple room, which was really, really hot. So I laid in there and I just made a vow that I'm not leaving this temple until I don't finish my 16 rounds. But eventually I started falling asleep. As I was chanting, I was falling asleep. So I prayed to Srila Prabhupada, please help me finish this rounds. I don't want to leave until I finish my rounds. And everyone knows the temple room door has got a click. It doesn't open completely. And every time I fell asleep, somebody walked in and click, and I would wake up and it carried on rounds. So for me, I feel like, yeah, Srila Prabhupada is there, he's listening to us. And how did this seminar really help me? This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1:8-17, Queen Kunti's prayers, which it says that, thus saved from the radiation of the Brahmastra, Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. So I was wondering, this word chaste devotee stuck out in my mind. And I was thinking, what does it mean to be a chaste devotee? I mean, in the English dictionary, chaste means, somebody is not engaging in sexual intercourse and celibate. But a chaste devotee, how does one be a chaste devotee? And I started thinking more and more about this, and then I realized that Prabhupada's translation says, a chaste devotee of the Lord, in the purport, does not look to others, namely only other living being, any other living being or demigod, even for deliverance from danger. That was all along the characteristic of the whole family of the Pandavas. They knew nothing except Krishna, and therefore the Lord was also always ready to help them in all respects and in all circumstances. So how can I be chaste to Srila Prabhupada? That is my question. Because Srila Prabhupada is ending, Shiksha Guru has given me so much. How can I be chaste? And then I realized I can be chaste if I'm following 10% the process that Srila Prabhupada has given us. If I'm following the 4 regulated principles, if I chant my rounds daily, every day, then that is evidence of my chastity towards Srila Prabhupada. And I'm begging all the Devotees to please bless me that I can fulfill this ambition of mine. For me, this seminar was like a salve to my bleeding heart, because once during my tenure of service in ISKCON, a GBC was asking me to do something which I felt was not bona fide, and I refused. And the response I got really shocked me, that literally stabbed me in my heart. He said, you realize, Mataji, that ISKCON is not the same as it used to be during Srila Prabhupada's time. That is old school teaching. ISKCON has really changed the lockdown. So my English response was, then why am I here? I'm not here to follow your ISKCON, I'm joining Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON. And I will be in Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, and I resigned from the position. So this, I'm absolutely eternally grateful to the Srila Prabhupada Eminent Shiksha Guru Committee that they created this book, which, as so many of you have referred, is going to be there forever, glorifying Srila Prabhupada's position as the eminent Guru. And for me, I feel a great deal of hope, and now my heart can heal, because many a time when I would hear some statements, I just feel this pain again. Because I felt like Guru Maharaj once said to me that when we go from one Guru to another, it's like being a prostitute. You're not being faithful and loyal, and to me chastity also means loyalty to Srila Prabhupada. So I'm so grateful that, yes, we are finally now realizing that we have to constantly focus on Srila Prabhupada as the eminent Guru. Otherwise, for future years, things won't be. Then I was really, really happy to hear Guru Maharaj say that though Srila Prabhupada has predicted that the future Acharya will be present, Srila Prabhupada's position as the eminent Guru will never vanquish, it will always still remain. So Guru Maharaj, thank you so much for this time. I'm really grateful.
Thank you. Renu, Renu. Radharani, just a point to consider. The chaste devotee means who remains loyal to his spiritual master. And here the chastity is to remain loyal to Srila Prabhupada, not to go anywhere else. Like, unchaste means leaves the husband and goes somewhere else. But with us, our consideration should be that we are always loyal to Srila Prabhupada and never deviate. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everybody. I think you've all covered most of the points I've got. paper, so apologies for repeating it again. I started off by answering the question, my understanding of Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya. I think Srila Prabhupada was trying to protect us and protect the teachings that he passed down from the previous acharyas, and that's why he created the institution. And my feeling and understanding is that it wasn't for we didn't want on letterheads that it says his name and founder Acharya for some kind of status. It was his compassion that he wanted that there. It was for protection. Because this ISKCON was quite young then. It wasn't a mature organisation. So he was trying to ensure continuity of his mission and maintain standards of devotion and behaviour, and also ensure unity, because with such a multicultural and international organisation with so many different values coming together, needed to maintain it through the institution. So there was a management council. He did it through the management council, so he could prevent the problems that he'd seen through the fall down of the Golden Net after his Guru Maharaj passed away. So Prabhupada's given us, whatever Prabhupada has given us is not something that he's put together. It's something that he's been passed down through the acharyas. And it's not something that the acharyas have made up. It's through Krishna's own teachings that it's been passed down through Brahma and through the Shastras and Bhagavatam. And to have this in Kali Yuga, we are so lucky that Prabhupada is able to make it so practical for us in this age of Kali. So what does Prabhupada mean for me? I don't know how I can express it in words as to what he means to me. It was he who brought me to ISKCON. It was my search for meaning to life and understand my own situation of why I was where I was. Although I was brought up in a Vaishnava family, it was very ritualistic based, and I wasn't getting that personal impact of, I'd seen Lord, I'd seen my grandma worship Gana, but I didn't get that personal impact, that relationship. But through Prabhupada, I didn't need to read books, I saw Prabhupada. Whenever I heard Prabhupada, I saw him, it was the love for the Lord that he had that I saw. And that's what drew me, that the love that he showed. It was always Krishna that he spoke about. Whatever he was doing, I could perceive that he was doing it for the Lord. And so for me, he's become my eternal father, my eternal role model, my eternal guru. Although I'm so happy to have been married. But Prabhupada is also, eternal guru. And,
yes.
I do go, whenever I feel wobbly, as I would call it, I go to the Bhagavatam or the Gita, and I try and connect back to the values that Prabhupada is trying to instill in us.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So 1 o'clock, and let me see how many we have. No, we won't be able to cover them. Anyway, so we had a nice session. Huh? Everyone spoke so nicely. And some of the presentations were very, very deep, very well presented, with a clarity of understanding. I'm very happy to see how you all are absorbing and indoctrinating Srila Prabhupada's teachings and Srila Prabhupada's idealism, Srila Prabhupada's mission, and that is what is needed in order to become properly situated in our spiritual life today. Like we are seeing that the importance of an institution, like it's coming out so clearly that this institution is actually giving you your spiritual life. Your spiritual life begins due to the institution. Your spiritual life is sustained by the institution, and your spiritual life will be progressing due to this institution. And when it comes to the institution, then as we mentioned very clearly many times, the institution has two factors, two essential elements. And those two essential elements are the head of the institution and the management of the institution. And Srila Prabhupada so perfectly established these two things. He had to go out of his way actually to establish himself as the head of the institution. So even the mic is saying that I should stop, so time is up. Anyway, so we'll it's okay. It's 1 o'clock already. Thank you all very much. I was very happy. I was very impressed. And I'm sure all of you are also feeling very happy and very impressed. Thank you. And actually Prabhupada wanted the devotees to be thoughtful and intelligent. Devotees of ISKCON is meant to be thoughtful. Prabhupada wanted intelligent class of people to come to Krishna consciousness. So that is what ISKCON makes so special. There are so many other groups. They also have a big following, lots of funding. They are also establishing big temples. But when it comes to practicing the process, no show. There's just some sentimental involvement. But ISKCON is so special because ISKCON has the real substance, spiritual substance, and ISKCON is distributing this substance all over the world. Anyone can come and buy it, take it. The way Nityananda Prabhu presented it. The holy name. And it is for sale. And there is a marketplace. So if you want to buy the holy name, where is the marketplace? And not only a marketplace, a supermarket. And that also a multinational supermarket. It beats any such establishments. ISKCON's establishment is unique. All over the world, everywhere. And what is the commodity we are dealing with? The commodity we are dealing with is the holy name. And is it for free? No. It's not for free. You have to pay the price. And what is the price? Shraddha mulle bikainam. Shraddha. That is the price you have to pay. The more Shraddha you have, the more you can buy. More the holy name you can buy. So, that is what Srila Prabhupada gave us. We are here not on some sentimental reason, but we are here in business. We are here to buy something, we are here to enrich ourselves, and we are ready to pay the price because we are not poor. We are not here to beg something, but we are here to buy something. And with what price we buy? With our own faith. So there is a very wonderful arrangement Srila Prabhupada made, and we are seeing the customers are increasing. The world economy has collapsed, but ISKCON's business is flourishing. And that's how it will happen. The more that business collapses, the ISKCON will keep on flourishing. Because this is the real business, and that is only some hodgepodge. Thank you very much. So now we had nice Krishna Katha from so many wonderful devotees giving their realizations about their understanding of Srila Prabhupada's role in their life, the importance of ISKCON as an institution, and their respective situation in this society. And now we go for prasad. Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Shalpa Punna Vatan Rajan, Nishashanaiva Jayate, Sharira Aviddajal, Jarendriya Tahikal, Jive Fele Vishayo Shagare, Tar Muddhe Jubha Ati, Lobhomay Shudurmati, Take Jeta Kothina Samsare, Krishna Varadayamay, Korivare Jubhajay, Shaprasad Anna Dilabhai, Shei Annamrita Pao, Radha Krishna Gunagao, Premedako Chaitanya Nitai, Premedako Chaitanya Nitai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Mahaprasad ki, Shamabeto Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande Hare.
Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki.